Okay, well, today I wanted to talk and teach about RNA translation. I'm going to be super honest. There's been so much in these lectures, and I probably don't understand this perfectly, but I'm going to try my best to teach it. So I only drew one drawing, but there's multiple stages to this process. The first stage is initiation, where each component comes together to form a complex. So I'll talk about that. Each unit. Here we have a ribosome, and it's made up of a small subunit and a large subunit. There's three different rooms: the E, the P, the A sites. The ribosome travels from the 5 to 3 direction across the mRNA, and the tRNA anticodons basically scan and read the codons of the mRNA to synthesize amino acids that link together into a polypeptide chain of protein. So that's kind of the next step, elongation, that the ribosome travels from the 5 to 3 direction and synthesizes the polypeptide. And then termination is when the ribosome reaches the stop codon here, and everything disassembles, and the new polypeptide, the new protein, is released. That's a brief description of RNA translation, and this process doesn't start until it reaches the start codon, which isn't depicted here, and then it ends at the stop codon, synthesizing a new protein. My gospel connection to this is just that Jesus Christ is meant to bring a change upon us, change us into new creatures. And I kind of like the RNA translation because we're going from DNA to mRNA to RNA to and to eventually a protein. It's just this step-by-step process of becoming something new. And he doesn't necessarily add, but he takes us from where we are and brings us and builds onto us, changes our form. And I kind of like that. I think our RNA translation is super similar to that because it requires a bunch of different components, a bunch of different pieces to make that happen. And the same thing is necessary in our lives to create that new creature, that new version of us. It requires a lot of people sometimes, missionaries, church members, family members. It requires faith, repentance, baptism, all of these things to change us into a new person. And it also takes for us, it takes a long time. It can take a lifetime to become that new creature. And I think we're constantly becoming that new creature, just like our bodies and other organisms are constantly doing these processes. So that's my simple gospel connection. I kind of just kept yapping. Sorry about that. I'm going to put my questions in the discussion board, but